DOGE is making additional cuts, taking aim at Dr. Fauci, cancels funding for the Fauci Museum. Dr. Anthony Fauci has gotten away with a $5 million book deal chronicling his efforts during the pandemic, but he will no longer be getting his own museum. The cancellation of the planned Fauci Museum was a part of more than $180 million in budget cuts to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services as a part of President Donald Trump's crusade to downsize the federal government dramatically. Particularly noteworthy was the termination of a contract for $168,000 to establish an Anthony Fauci exhibit at the National Institution of Health. In the past 48 hours, HHS canceled 62 contracts worth $182 million. The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, announced on a Friday social media post these contracts were entirely for administrative expenses. None touched any healthcare programs, and this included terminating a $168,000 contract for Anthony Fauci exhibit at the NIH Museum. That's crazy, right? The news comes as a DOGE leader, Elon Musk, ramps up his search for wasteful spending in federal line items. Last week, the Trump administration gutted the U.S. Agency for International Development, a behemoth agency spending an average of $1 billion per week on overseas projects that drew increased scrutiny from conservatives. Fox News reports that the Fauci exhibit was scheduled to be completed by July of 2025, but has now been scrapped, along with $182 million in other projects previously on the docket. The pandemic expert has long been a controversial figure in the age of Trump. Despite working for 5 presidential administrations, Fauci gained international recognition during the COVID-19 outbreak, and he appeared alongside President Trump during numerous public health briefings, often contradicting or condemning the Republicans' remarks about the state of the pandemic or what Americans would do to stay safe. Criticism of Fauci continued in the years after he left the White House under the Biden administration, leading observers to claim that his personal safety remained in jeopardy and necessitated public spending on a phalanx of personal security. That protection was quickly rescinded by Trump, who argued that Fauci is wealthy enough now to afford his own security detail. I think you know that when you work for the government, at some point your security detail comes off, and you know that you can't have them forever. Trump said of the decision, "We took some of the other people too, but you can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you work for the government." Fauci was given a preemptive pardon by former President Joe Biden during the final minutes of his administration, a brazen attempt to shield him from legal retribution by the Trump administration. Conservatives have decided that lingering effects of the pandemic, including the loss of jobs by federal employees who refused to be vaccinated. Many of those consequences were supported by Fauci. Before his service under Trump, Fauci had spent 46 years in government, joining the NIH in 1968 and earning praise for his effort to combat HIV and AIDS. He served as the agency director from 1984 to 2022. HHS did not immediately respond to the outlet's request for comment. You can find more of that at trendingpolitics.com. It's kind of funny, right? These people deify themselves. Like, why should we spend $184,000 for an exhibit for Fauci at the NIH? Why do we even have an NIH museum? Do you ever wonder that? Good question. How well do you sleep at night? Because a real peace of mind obviously comes from knowing that your family is prepared for tough times. That's why, as a dad of 2 young kids under 2 and a stay-at-home wife, I'm trusting my family with my Patriot Supply. Now, this is America's most trusted name in emergency preparedness, and they are offering a limited time discount on their supersized mega 3-month emergency food kit. This isn't your typical survival food. Each kit provides over 2,500 calories for daily 90 days with delicious meals and extras, including chicken, you get beef, fruit, and veggies. We're talking quality meats that last up to 25 years in storage and still taste like home-cooked meals. The pandemic taught us how quickly store shelves can empty. Don't wait for the next crisis. Your mega emergency food kit includes free shipping, a disaster replacement warranty, and 24/7 USA-based support. This special discount is available for this week only, so make sure that you get it now at preparewithvnn.com. That's PREPAREWITH, VNN.com now. Secure your family's future with a $250 discount. If you order by 3 p.m., they'll ship your order within the same day, so you have peace of mind right away. Go to preparewithvnn.com. That's PREPAREWITH, VNN.com. That's preparewithvnn.com today. Check it out before it's too late.